Remy Ma, it's really out here. Welding blew the bag after being tricked and thought to be a younger woman. Even though she joked that ES had also left her for a fresh young person, she sank on Papoose, the man who had been there for her through everything, twice to pursue Captain, who was simple to block. It seemed as though she had upgraded. According to the script, Remy is begging Papoose to return to her. However, there is a plot twist because Pap has already moved on and proposed to his new partner. It's clear that Remy didn't think that was enough, since as soon as she started doing simpler things, her relationship with Pap started to deteriorate. By waiting for her for 6 long years while she was inside, Pap showed true loyalty, and we all knew how much he loved her. But it's a whole mess, lady, and Remy is out here looking perplexed. It's crazy. Eazy went to do a lot of dirty work for Remy after the commotion. There are rumors that he traded her for 2 younger ladies rather than just leaving her. Now that she's out here, Remy appears to be trapped, as though she suddenly realized she played herself. 2 women from the battle rap scene are alleged to have had affairs with Eazy. He was suspected of meeting his ex-girlfriend San once more in more recent times, fostering a closer bond with a fellow artist from his league CB origins following the bombing of her gig by Tasmanian Terra, a fight rapper who is also attached to Trenches. Things went wrong. San publicly admitted that she was having an affair with Eazy last summer and even hinted that he had been having an affair with Seb, based on pictures she shared of what seemed to be San communications. After calling San out on Instagram as though she were getting paid for it, she resolved to use violence when she woke up, since she was feeling so messy that day. When she said, "I'm smiling in that lady's face knowing you fought her man," which is crazy, everyone was in disbelief. You now know that Can and CB wasted little time trying to get it off. On Twitter, San made a brief message that read, "I'm not doing Eazy and having it in years now. It's another matter entirely whether or not she is trusted." As an aside, CB the Lias recently wrote online, "I'm too fine to be an FNI Lee owner. I'm here because I'm wonderful. You would be better off finding the truth and speaking up if you wanted to harm my reputation." Additionally, she provided paperwork to support her allegations, so she made sure to inform everyone that she has been. She wants you to know that she is in these rooms because of her talent, not because of some questionable relationship. She has been behaving on her own. She has been putting in significant effort and showing off her achievements, such as being the first member of the Eazy Trench League to perform on Remy Ma's Chrome 23 platform. But it's clear that something is amiss, since Eazy is seeing 2 separate women in addition to all of that friction with Remy, and let's face it, no one is really paying any attention to the whole situation. Why else would he have allegedly betrayed her in this manner after all? Let's discuss it. Regretfully, Remy's loyalty, his platform, and his reputation were all gone. Remy's saga put everything on the line when she finally came out and admitted their love in public. However, it appeared to have backfired when Eazy used a rap battle event to turn his performance into a full-length soap opera. She gave a sincere yes, as if she really felt it, when Remy slapped her with a "Don't you love me" during his performance. The rumors had spread beyond whispers and were now well known. During the rap battle, do you recall the entire "Don't You Love Me" incident? Eazy had just used the same tactic with his ex, Hurricane D, not too long prior, so that wasn't even the first time he had played this small trick on you. Remy's sister didn't want to see him, even if the warning signs were displayed as though they were attempting to attract her attention. And what do you know? That infuriated Hurricane Day, so she went on X and threw the receipts in a video of one of Eazy's earlier altercations. Yes, woo, not Eazy out here running the same play on different women like nobody was going to notice. She said in response to this question, "Don't you love me?" Much like Remy. She reiterated that Hurricane D wasn't coming from a bad place in a subsequent tweet, writing, "Sigh, I left Eazy. I'm not scoring. I'm happier than I've ever been." The only reason she played the old tape was because the bar sounded so familiar that she went and grabbed the footage. "I'm a much better rapper than those who doubt my ethics," she stated. Receipts, and we shouldn't act as though we couldn't have predicted this because of the gig. Gotti had made Remy and Eazy's brief romance public in a rap duel a few months earlier. When he called Remy out for skulking behind Pap's back, he truly shamed him. It was clear that the guy was spitting back, but people thought it was just fight rap. Instead of spending Christmas at home with the person who had imprisoned her for 6 years, Remy even skipped it with Papoose. Remy strongly contended that people were being careless and overanalyzing the matter when they started to criticize her for playing home and gallivanting with the captain, who was easy to block. Papoose immediately clapped back after receiving the screenshots. On Christmas 2023, he recently posted a full-length photo of Remy and Eazy together. If that wasn't enough disrespect, the charges really got going once Remy was spotted embracing her new beau. Most likely, Pap was sitting at home wishing for some family time and Christmas affection. Listen, that L wasn't going to get away with it from Pap. He allegedly slapped Eazy clean out when they finally met. Is he to blame? Pope was sneaking around with his whole wife behind his back, but Eazy there to shake his hand as if nothing were amiss. Since Pap stood his ground as he should have, I honestly don't blame him in the Oh, but wait a minute. He rushed right in and denied the claims that Pat had completely knocked him out since he couldn't afford to leave that unanswered. He even challenged him to run that fade. In relation to folks getting laid out, Remy appeared really desperate when she walked out here. The black captain grabbed her hands and began to stalk her as soon as she realized. Now that Papoose has moved on and his new wife isn't just any woman, it's Clarissa Shields, her plot to return and have her Pat again fails. Let's face it, Remy doesn't want to be near that smoke, but we can presume that she wasn't prepared to accept that. They were insulting Clarissa privately, making shady remarks, pun intended, and acting quite irresponsibly online before things entirely changed when Clarissa challenged Remy to a boxing battle and wasn't playing games. Let's be absolutely honest for a second. Remy apparently believed she would enter the ring and fight like an expert, but it didn't stop there. Remy got really hostile during one of Clarissa's short online arguments and just gave away her private number. Finally, Clarissa responded with a hard clap, promising to settle the dispute in the glove ring. Naturally, 50 Cent couldn't just watch and do nothing, so he had to intervene and provide some guidance. Maybe you ought to hear what 50 has to say. On Instagram, he briefly advised Clarissa not to challenge her since she would win the Blick title. You are aware that 50 was right to allude subtly to Remy's 2007 shooting incident, which left her seated for 6 years. Remy might be trying to win Pat back by removing Clarissa from the scene completely, given her past and the present situation. One individual even said that Remy has taken on more than she can manage with this one, and the streets have spoken to you all. I wouldn't be shocked if things got out of control, but let's face it, no one is actually backing her in this situation. Some people think she's actually pushing herself too far and taking a chance on something she can't control. Lissa is from one of the most dangerous cities in the world. In this instance, Clarissa is the broke one. She will severely beat Remy and would readily throw away her marriage for a small-minded person to shake hands. Murder Mitten is being closely watched by her whole gang. They aren't lying to start. If you are familiar with the Red Rum Mitten, you are aware that they do not perform in Flint, Michigan, the hometown of boxing champion Clarissa. Her team is ready. Pat ought to have stomped on his ears. Although Clarissa is highly skilled in knocking people out, Remy might be difficult. This is where it comes in, but it's not a test. Becomes somewhat random. It turns out that Remy and Clarissa were friends before the incident, so this isn't just any woman. Let's face it, Remy's assertion that Pat flirted with Clarissa during their courtship does not support her decision to simply leave Papoose. It must have been even more painful to watch Pat go and pop the question to Clarissa, who obviously wants the old thing back. He's preparing to do it already. You know exactly what people are saying about the rumors that Remy and Pat are getting back together. Remy have been surreptitiously monitoring Pap's direct messages and begging for another opportunity. So you knew it was awful when Joe had to step in. Because everyone was watching, keep your eyes open and avoid dozing off. Discuss it. Regaining her math skills, Joe openly expressed her anger about the entire situation on Hoffa's Expert Opinion podcast. He's also Remy's close friend and the godfather of her and Papa's daughter. Thus, he's the one who wishes to see them reconcile. You can tell something's wrong when one of your friends starts yelling outside. Joe had to admit that he couldn't clean up this mess on his own. Joe went on to share additional behind-the-scenes details, revealing that Remy took 10 grown guys out to dinner at a New York City restaurant the night before everything went viral on social media. Don't misinterpret, though. Everyone who believed that Brooklyn Chop House was not as wild as it seems was mistaken, as I was not there. Since he wasn't present, Papu abruptly called off the meal and revealed on Instagram stories that it was my brother, Fat Joe. While Papoose is out here going about his business and piling his papers, Remy is the only one who seems hurried and nervous. Organizing and plotting updates from Papoose and Carissa's small island retreat have been uploaded online, and the atmosphere is ideal. Believe me, even though Remy was sweating, they both seemed happy and at ease. In Hawaii, they're having a great time. To avoid the controversy, Papoose and Clarissa drank cocktails on the beach. Last but not least, during a rap battle, Remy openly threatened to retaliate against anyone who even tried to bring up her name. She claims to have bars for everyone and invites other rappers to follow suit. But let's face it, this is just damage control. We are all aware that CIS is making every effort to hide this L, but the chaos of the situation and the public's activities are just making it worse. Everyone has seen it. She genuinely thought that things had improved, but now she's out here looking like a garden plant that has been bitterly rejected, and the internet is making her feel horrible. I guess these Giggo bars are still haunting her, One commenter went on to say, while another added, Uncle Murda is going to wash her up in this year's wrap-up and tell me where the lie was. As you are aware, Uncle Murda never overlooks anything in the year-end summary. He will actually spend an entire segment on the subject, but let's face it, she is threatening to just makes her seem even more depressed. She wouldn't be so concerned about what other people thought if she had really moved on. However, your insecurity tends to blow up in your face the moment you make a mistake like Papoose and are removed by two younger ladies. Since the situation is currently a complete disaster, it will only become worse. After taking a giant risk and losing everything, no Pap, no simplicity, Remy is out here trying to repair the harm. But I have a question for everyone. Do you think Remy's karma is returning, or did she? Just one bad decision. Now let's discuss Remy's career. Will she be the subject of rap fights at that year-end wrap-up? Or can she handle all this drama? Is it better for Papoose to continue dating Clarissa? Or should he even think about bringing her back for the sake of their child? Please leave your opinions in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons for the latest updates, as you never know what will happen with Remy Ma.